Hey people, what's up? So I'm back for today. I decided to do this stream because DLF put out a video a couple hours ago talking about his going in for some DNA. Well, he has to submit his DNA, right? So I've heard of this being done in Ontario. If you've been it even starts before you've been convicted. If you've been charged with any crime, innocent or not, then you have to submit your DNA and they'll try to match it to unsolved crimes and other incidents, past, present, and future. And you can get it out of the data bank or database if you win your case and you're not convicted. Then you can request that your DNA be destroyed because you still own it. It's under your ownership. It's just that the law says that you have to submit it if you've been charged with a crime, and it stays in the database if you've been convicted of said crime. So I guess maybe that's something going on in New York. I'd have to check it up. I actually probably will look right now and see if that is the case. I mean, typically, whatever happens in one province or even in the States will start coming over into Canada. That's just how it is with laws and other things. Um, so you know what? Let's do two in one. We're gonna do. I might be facing more charges in Lockport court and mail. Then after that, Lockport court is ordering me to give them a DNA sample. Yeah, that's what happens, DLF, when you fuck around and you find out. Fafo. That's what happens. Fafo. Fafo. That is just what happens. I'm telling you. All right, people. I'm gonna get started. If you're wondering why am I doing it on this channel rather than anywhere else, well, DLF finally got me demonetized, so I did expect it to happen. I mean, his content is borderline. Um, well, let's just say it pushes borders, right? And that is why I did not have his stuff predominantly on, like this channel or my other one, but a channel that I wish to grow, but actually I had them on two, and both of them got demonetized because Cyrax stuff will get you demonetized, DLF stuff will get you demonetized, Daniel Larson stuff will get you demonetized, and so will King Cobra stuff. It will get you demonetized as well. So, with that being said, I knew that already by doing my research from other people. I've seen people complain time and time and time and time again that, and they're just doing Daniel Larson content, or they'll do Cyrex content exclusively, or they'll do King Cobra content, and all that happens is that they get demonetized all the time. So I already knew that it was expected. And I mean, if DLF is doing certain type of stuff, I could edit it out. I guess I could edit it out now, but like the time and effort it's gonna take, like holy crap. I guess I can find the time because usually that's what I do. I've been triple tasking all day. I had to go to the laundromat to get some stuff done. And yeah, I do go to the laundromat even though I have a laundry machine. I have a washer and dryer in my house. It's in my basement, but I still go to laundromat for other things that maybe I don't want in my laundry machine. You're not demonetized. I can still see the yes. On this channel, I am not, but on my After Dark channel and my uncensored channel, I am indeed demonetized, unfortunately. Hey, Vouchin, what's up? Where all the black people are, we head into Lovejoy. Wait a second now. Lovejoy is where, they say that if you're black, then you should be, well, I guess I shouldn't say you shouldn't come around, but you need to be careful. I did actually look it up, remember? And it's actually true. There's been several articles about people of color being harassed at the very least in Lovejoy. It's just one of those things, right? It's all good vouching. That's just how YouTube is. I mean, I tried. I understood that it was possible that it would wake up one morning and they'd give me the news by email, and they did. All right, so I'm gonna do DLF stuff on this channel, not a lot of it, because once again, if I do a lot of it, then that changes the ratio of DLF content versus my other content, and then I would be demonetized on this channel as well. And I don't want that to happen, so I will not be doing that. But hey, every once in a while is okay. So let's get into this one. That's the reason why I haven't been on my other channel for about 3 weeks. One, because I've been busy with work, and two, for like the hours you gotta put in, and then you're not really getting anything back. What can you say? Anyways, here we go. This one is called the whole Lockport thing. He might be getting more charges. Well, he could be, because he keeps talking about those ladies in Lockport, New York. Stop it.
Hey kitties, it's Dragon Lord Frado. I got some, hi! I got some, bad news. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm not really sure what's going on, but okay, so I have this thing. I signed up for this thing called Informed Delivery. Okay.
What? Why do they want a semen sample again? Ain't nobody, and I mean nobody, wants a semen sample from DLF. They want his DNA. You see what I did there, Cypher, with the bad boy? Who's better than bad boy? Nobody. Nobody wants DLF's man juice.
It tells you your mail, what mail's coming. Like that morning. So I go on it right now. It tells me what mail's coming.
Yeah, it's either a swab check, they'll swab your cheeks, or they'll get blood through one of those. What's those things that a lot of diabetics use to like prick the side of their fingers, and you get blood out, and then that's what they use.
Later today.
Hand over the pump, exactly.
I'm getting something from the town of Lockport court, and I'm like freaking out about it. It looks like the same type of thing that they try to remember. They tried to get me to go to court. They sent me a fucking letter in the mail. And then they try to get me to court because they wanted me to go behind bars. It looks like that same kind of envelope. And I'm like really worried about what they're sending me, because like I really can't think of, I really haven't been fucking with those girls.
Yeah, you have.
So I can't figure out what this could be about, because I haven't been messing with those women, okay?
You totally have.
I have no idea what this could be about, okay? Maybe it's nothing. Maybe.
Okay, if I really had to guess, the same thing happens in Ontario. I looked it up once again, and a few articles are pointing to post-conviction DNA collection in New York. So it happens here in Ontario. Like I said, what they do, if you've been if you've been charged and or convicted of a crime, what they like to do is collect your DNA. So, like I said, if you've been charged with a crime, sometimes the court will automatically order you to submit your DNA, which is, the typical process. But if when you get off, like let's say you beat the case, then you can actually apply and say that you want your property, which is your DNA, your blood sample, destroyed. But if you've been convicted, it stays in the database. So this is what they're saying in New York, that as a consequence of a misdemeanor or felony conviction in the state, the state is having your DNA sample collected for inclusion in its DNA data bank. Because if you know what's going on, a lot of states are doing this, where they'll connect your DNA so that any future, present, or past crimes, they try and match it. And they'll even match it by percentage for around 50%. around 25%, around 12.5%, because other people are getting caught that way where they're not in the database, but a relative is. And if it's like a 50% match, then they know that it's a family member. A 25% match, then they know it's a family member. A 12.5% match, they know it's a family member, so they'll start checking that way, right? So this is what's happening at my best belief, to be honest with you.
Maybe it's just like, you know what it could be? It could be because right now in August, this is coming up to, an anniversary of, everything that's happened. It's been like what? Ow. The last time I was in jail was 2022. Okay, so this is coming up to 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
This is coming up to 2 years anniversary
Ooh,
for
shit.
this fucking
Nolabu might be putting you behind bars, DLF.
since I've been to jail.
DLF is a
Is it
jailhouse.
2 years? Yeah, it's been because it's 2022.
Jailhouse OG.
So hopefully it's just something, because I noticed also they take a picture of the front of your mail. I noticed on the envelope that they took a picture of, it said return service requested. So doesn't that mean that it's something they want me to like fill out or sign or something and then send it back? Maybe they just want me to. Maybe they just want to fucking. Maybe they want to just have me sign a new fucking restraining order or something. Maybe I have to like sign it every so often. You know.
That's what
I don't
happens.
know because I can't think of anything that I've like done to that.
Oh, I can think of certain things like where should I even start with this man? You've recently, within the last couple of weeks, threatened them, and you said their names. You said that you're gonna go over to their house. You said that you're gonna continue to harass them. And I'm not even gonna mention the peanut thing. Okay, I'm gonna mention the peanut thing. Pride. When was Pride? You said, DLF, that you tried to MacGyver peanuts by crushing them into something that would deploy through the air so that you can have them have a reaction to one of their peanut allergies. That's insidious and that's devious. And you threw these crushed up peanuts at their feet and then you walked away. Listen, you need to learn about deployment vectors here, Dragon Lord Frado. All right, I'm just saying. Furthermore, you have been threatening Nolabu repeatedly, not only her, but then myself. So there's a lot of stuff. Exactly, right? Blue Eyes might want to stop threatening women, saying you're gonna go over their house. Not talk about your alleged or attempted red rumming of two ladies by way of peanut dust, amongst other things.
Like other than like just like I don't even really talk shit much anymore. But like I'm just wondering like what the fuck's going on because I just hope it's not another fucking summons. But I am hoping that uh it is just something that I have to just sign off and then return. It could just
Mm-hmm.
be, I have to sign off on they probably have to renew the restraining order every 2 years or whatever. So, what's up, Willie? So maybe that's what's going on. I don't know. But I am going to do a live stream when I do get the mail later today. I am going to live stream myself opening this thing.
Okay, good. Why does he?
Hopefully, there's
Why does he think he needs to sign off on somebody putting a restraining order against him? Because that don't make no sense. If they're putting a restraining order against you, then why would he think that you need to sign off when you're the offender? Like, even in itself, a restraining order is like, stay away from me, don't come around me. Why would you have to sign off on that? Like, that it's just puzzling how DLF says these things that to me completely doesn't make any sense. Not even not even like, I don't need to be a lawyer or paralegal. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you need to sign off on a restraining order against you? Like, it's silly.
no more fucking jail time. Because
I did look it up.
I don't bother with them. So like I don't see why I like anything should happen.
I did look it up. In multiple states, you can go and request a renewal slash extension for 2 more years on things such as restraining orders and such, and there does not have to be a further act of abuse in order to get them. You can just say, "Hey, I need another 2 more years," and typically you will get it because that's just how the law works.
Anyway,
How's Willie?
I'm coughing like a son of a bitch because of it's all I've been doing is smoking weed, and it's like irritating my lungs. So I got edibles now. So you know, I'm wondering. I don't know. I'm wondering if maybe there's a couple things I'm thinking here. Um, that it could be that might be going on with this with the court. One of those is I'm supposed to be in therapy, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and I am in therapy now. Maybe because my therapy place moved. Uh, it's no longer in that plaza. It's like down the street a little bit more, a couple blocks. Like now it's right across the street from the YMCA on William Street in Buffalo.
He's been saying this for a while.
But I'm trying to get my therapist to do a virtual appointment because my fucking knee is killing me today. I don't know why. But so I don't know. Maybe there was like a fuck up with maybe there was like a fuck up with the way that they transferred some shit over. Um, so maybe they got to bring me in to talk. That could be a phone call,
Probably not, DLF.
or it could be. You know what else it could be? And I didn't even really think about this, but I don't know. But you know how like sometimes when you get arrested, they tell you, oh, you can't leave the state or something. Do you think I could have got like some kind of charge for going to Cleveland?
It's possible if he hasn't finished his probation or any other court matters that are still outstanding. But if he has finished his court matters, then it doesn't matter. And was there a restriction for him to not leave the state? Typically there is, right? I can't really think of any court case these days. It's very rare for them to say, unless it's part of your job to maybe leave one state to go to another, and maybe you're a musician, maybe you're an athlete, maybe your job is going around the country, then there's leeways for that. But shouldn't he already know this? And how often do they truly enforce that sort of stuff? Because I've heard of so much people that have that stuff on them, like people like, yeah, you can't leave New Jersey, then all of a sudden the next day they're in New York. Or you can't leave New York State, all of a sudden they're in Jersey or Philly or they're in Baltimore, just all over the place. Like people, I don't know. It really just really does depend on his paperwork, and he should actually know this. Does he mistreat his cat? I can't really say because there's been incidents where he has locked his cat in the room and the cat's meowing. There's that, but then again, he does treat his cat well when the cat is around. So I truly can't answer that question, given full honesty, whether or not he does mistreat his cat. All I can say is that I just hope for the best, that he's feeding his cat properly and his cat's well taken care of.
A couple weeks ago. I don't know. I don't know. But like, I didn't know I wasn't supposed to leave the state.
Should have
Hopefully,
looked that up, DLF.
hopefully it's just some misunderstanding and it'll be, cleared up uh, quick. Hopefully, if it's the Cleveland thing, oh, you weren't supposed to leave the state, Mike. Hopefully, maybe I could just say, hey, can we just let that slide? I'm like, come on. I wasn't going to Cleveland to do anything illegal. I was just going just to fucking. All I did was I just did the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in the zoo.
It doesn't matter, DLF. The judge doesn't give a F why you left the state. Unless it's certain circumstances. Like some judges, they'll super hardcore. They'll be like, they lay down the law. You were told not to leave the state. Do not leave the state. Other judges will be like, okay, you were told not to leave the state, but your grandmother got ill, or your uncle passed away, or your cousin got into an accident. I will let it slide this time, but the next time you do this shit, you're gonna be put in jail. Like, it really does depend on the judge with all of this. Some judges, they're pretty lenient. Other judges, they're just by the book. No, you should have requested some sort of paperwork that you want to leave the state because this is happening, blah 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 blah, or contacted your PO or somebody, right? So this is why it's very important if you do get yourself in a little bit of trouble, and typically most of us over a lifetime will get into some sort of like trouble. Let's just be fair and honest here. The best thing for you to do is protect yourself. Know what you can or cannot do. Know what time you need to be inside your house. If you have curfew, know what the law is and what your paperwork says in terms of leaving your state or even your city. Like there's some guys, they're like, just don't even leave the city. Don't even think about that. We want you to stay in the city, and that's what you got to do. We don't want you to leave, else this is going to happen to you, right?
An 8. Come on, let it slide.
The cat's too skinny.
Let it slide. If you let it
Let me
slide,
check.
I won't go out of state ever until this shit's over. I'm like, come on, Lockport. Can you just like leave me the fuck alone for real? I mean, I'm not bothering those girls.
That's a lie.
I don't even really talk about him.
That's a lie. I can literally show you the exact date and time that he last talked about these ladies that I know of. Probably mention them in his other Rumble videos, but I know a couple of weeks ago he mentioned both of them by name and started talking all sorts of weird shit.
I don't do YouTube anymore.
Yeah, because you do it on Rumble.
You know, I don't think they watch the Rumble, because watching the Rumble means they have to sit through Donald Trump raids. Anyway, this is Dragon Lord Frado, and I approve this message. Thanks in advance for watching this.
Yikes on trikes. All right, so we're going to figure this out. So we got this. Let me cancel this bad boy here. We're going to get into the other video. We're going to see what's up. So Lockport Court is ordering me to give them a DNA sample. How will this work? My thoughts. Interesting that he wasn't given a DNA sample years ago. I find that kind of interesting.
Hey kiddies, it's Dragon Lord Frado. And so I want to talk about this this court order thing. I don't know what the hell's going on. So a little history into this. I got in trouble in Lockport back in, Jesus Christ, I can't even think about when this fucking happened.
Way back.
Everything that happened as far as like harassment and all that goes, all the harassment happened in 2018. Okay, 2019 is when I got the visit from the FBI. Okay, in 2020, that's when one of the FBI guys came back with another guy and arrested me, and now they're identifying as Niagara County Sheriff. They arrested me. They took me down to the jail, and I had to be. That's when I was, arraigned and all that shit. So I had to go back and forth to court from like 2020 to 2021. And in 2021, I got sentenced, and I ended up spending 57 days in the Niagara County jail. That was due to the judge sentenced me to 90 days. You only have to do 2/3 of that sentence. Okay, so 90 days, you only have to do 60 days. And because of good behavior and all that shit. So when they calculated my time, they counted the one day that I went there a year prior for arraignment. They counted it as 1 day time served. They counted it as 1 day time served. They knock a day off. And when they knocked the 1 day time served off, that made my outgate on a weekend. Well, they don't release on the weekend.
Yeah, so they
have to
off
release you that Friday morning. So I got out in 57 days. While I was in jail, I caught another charge. Basically, it was over. It was something that happened happened before I went to jail. But they found out about it. later on, and they ended up charging me for that while I was in jail.
I remember that.
They ROR'd me on that charge, which just means that I have to still go back and forth to court. But once my time is done, once my time's over, I have to keep going back and forth to court. But I was able to go home all the time. So that got dragged on for a year. Ended up doing 42 days in the Niagara County Jail over
yeah, and our boy came out skinny.
To see if I was competent to stand trial or some shit. And in the end, I ended up just fucking taking a plea deal and just being like, fuck it, I want this over and done with. So they gave me, I got convicted of I got one aggravated harassment charge on me. And I have a criminal contempt charge on me. Both Class A misdemeanors. No, wait. Let's roll that back. No, I got an attempted aggravated harassment conviction, Class B misdemeanor, and criminal contempt, Class A misdemeanor. And I'm just waiting for 2027 to come around because I can apply for a pardon, basically, and get both those convictions overturned.
You mean not overturned, you mean struck off your record. That's a different term. Overturning means you actually go before a judge and the judge finds evidence that there was something procedurally wrong and he could throw it out then, but typically they don't throw it out, they just order a new trial. But they could throw it out if it's like super egregious. Like there's many things you could do, but he's just using the wrong term here.
And
so he wants it struck from his record is what he wants.
What I'm waiting for. Now, it is 2024 now. So that means my case was done 2 years ago. Like I said, I got to wait till 2027. And then I can go apply for the pardon. So, which works out good because it's basically, we just got to wait for that restraining order to expire. Now,
unless they keep renewing it.
The thing is that this entire time I've been going back and forth to court and whatnot, the court ordered the restraining order for those two girls in Lockport. I can't go within 100 yards of them or their home or whatever. The problem with that is that in order for me to go to court, okay, I have to take the bus. And the bus actually basically goes past their house at one point in the trip. I'm not getting off at their stop, but at one point, the way the bus runs that way, at one point, yes, I am within that 100 yards of their home. Okay. And every time I went to Lockport for like court or anything, I was always afraid that I was going to be seen or whatever in Lockport by these girls. And it's almost like, yeah, if you're gonna go to court in Lockport, then in order for me to even go to court, I have to violate the restraining order because the bus goes past the bus goes past their street, but their home is like 100 yards from the bus stop.
All right, you know how much times he's talked about this, and aren't there leniencies for this sort of stuff? Like, is wouldn't you think if the bus does go right by their house, it's reasonable to say that you have no other means of transportation, and that's just the bus route? It's not like you're trying to break the restraining order. I'm pretty sure, like, we can all be reasonable here.
And basically, it was just a game of let me just get the fucking court, and hopefully I'm not seen. Okay, like I said, in order for me to actually get to court, I have to walk, and you have to walk around there. So like I'm trying to avoid these girls, but the courts keep on dragging it out so that I have to continue to violate the restraining order by going to court, if that makes sense.
Sure.
So 2 years, I have not stepped foot in Lockport since my case has been done. I just avoid that place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You should.
I think I might have went like once to pay off part of my fine. But other than that, yeah, that I haven't been back at there. So I got this letter the other day in the mail from the Lockport court. I'm like, I saw this on my informed delivery thing, and I was just like, what the fuck is this? Am I getting charged with something else now? And I saw it on my informed delivery thing, and it ended up, it just said Town of Lockport Court, and my name on it, all that. And I'm like, I better not be getting charged with something else. Like the whole time before the mail came, I was like, what the fuck did I do now? What the fuck did I do now? I don't go out there. Okay.
Stop, be free.
I haven't said anything threatening toward them.
Yeah, you have.
And
this man literally told us how he attempted to murder them by peanut dust. Well, don't worry, deal. If that's completely nothing that you've said that was threatening, my bad. It's just that, you told us your master plan that you were trying to MacGyver peanut dust into their respiratory system.
Just saying their name isn't enough to get me arrested. Just so you know.
He's going back to summer camp. I like that.
But if I were to make threats on a video or something, then yeah, I could get charged for that.
Yeah, so, we'll speed him up.
I'm like, what the hell are they saying I'm doing now? And I was thinking about this all fucking day. I finally get the mail. I open it up on video, and it's a court order from the judge that was doing my case, and basically telling me I have to go to the Niagara County Jail to give them a DNA sample. And I'm like, why the hell do they need a DNA? Oh, excuse me. Why the hell do they need a DNA sample? And especially 2 years after my conviction and all that, now they're bugging me over a DNA sample.
Methinks it was missed, DLF.
And it says that I have to go to the Niagara County Jail for this.
Yep.
To get this done.
That's what happens.
Well, my thoughts on that place. You know how I don't like going to Lockport. So And so I'm over there like what the hell do they need a DNA sample from me for? You know? Like what's the purpose of it? I don't know.
They're gonna match.
Just something else to piss me off over, right? So I'm over there, and it's saying I have to go to the Niagara County Jail for this. So I attempted to email my old public defender.
Oh.
Over this, he didn't get back to me yet.
All right, so the Niagara County Jail is in Lockport, New York, and if he thinks he can email his old public defender to get out of this, he's dead wrong. This is just literally a standard thing that happens pretty much across the board to a lot of people in multiple states. Like I said, it happens here in Ontario and other provinces and territories where the law is now making anybody that has been convicted of a crime, misdemeanor, or felony to submit their DNA so that it goes in a database and that they can match it to past, future, and present crimes. Even if you haven't been convicted, once you're charged, they put in that you submit your DNA, right? And I've said that if you win your case or charges get dropped, you can actually file paperwork to have your property destroyed, which is your DNA.
I'll probably wait till Monday for his response. I'm probably gonna call the court. I want to call the court maybe next week sometime and get some more answers because I want to know why they need a DNA sample. I have no problem giving the DNA sample. I just want to know what it's for. Because I haven't done anything else that would, require me to put my DNA on file like that. So, I'm actually curious as to why they need the DNA sample that bad. And of course, I'm thinking shit over, and I'm just like, well.
In all honesty, be free, I wouldn't put it past him slinging his baby gravy. He did say he slung it on one of those ladies' cars.
I don't know.
He's slinging his man juice.
See if I can get that done somewhere else because.
Can you imagine if DLA was like donating his man juice, like in that Netflix documentary with that guy? Where was he from again? That guy, Sweden or Netherlands, that like has 1,000 kids out there.
In order to get to the Niagara County Jail from where I am, I have to take a bus. It's 2 buses there, okay, and in total, getting there is gonna take me like 2 hours to get there. Okay.
Tough shit. It's only 2 hours. I remember driving to work Monday to Friday at one point in my life would be more like 2.5, sometimes 3 hours. And that's driving to work. The traffic was a killer. But yeah, typically it would take me about 2 hours to get to work driving. It was tough, man. It was tough. It was horrible, but I did it Mondays to Fridays.
2 hours to actually get to Lockport. Then to actually get to the jail, it's like a 3-mile walk. And it's all uphill, it's all downhill shit.
Get an Uber.
It's all bullshit that I hate.
Get Lyft.
I got a bad knee.
Or do something, get a taxi.
I got a bad knee and I'm just trying to see if I can get it done somewhere, in Erie County or something.
Where was this? Where was what exactly? You mean my 2-hour drive to work? It was Toronto. So the Toronto traffic can be extremely brutal, and man,
Because
I
you know
like
how
that.
I am.
I like that beer free. Just don't go. Give it a few weeks, and they'll give you a free ride there.
I mean, if I really had to, I could probably make it work. But
This man is complaining
here we go.
about the least of his worries. Deal if you get a place paid for you for free that is in a nice neighborhood, a nice newly renovated apartment, and you get free money. What are you complaining about that you have to go to Lockport and take the bus for 2 hours? And then you go, you submit your DNA, you walk or you take a taxi or do something, get on the bus again for 2 hours and go home. It's not a big deal. People have to do shit like this all the time. Did I listen to podcasts? Yeah, I would listen to all sorts of stuff. Or I'm a very patient person. Like it doesn't bother me if I gotta like drive to work for 2 hours. Because back in the day, to actually have to drive across Toronto to go to work, so sometimes that would take me 3 hours sometimes. So 2 hours isn't horrible at all. I was doing that for years upon years. Not a big deal for me. I'm very comfortable and calm
If if I
driving.
really if I really wanted, if I really had to do it over there, I could probably make it work. Um, I would just probably have to. What I would probably do is just take the 2 hour bus ride there, get off, and then take an Uber to the jail,
Yeah, makes sense.
and then Uber it back from the jail to the bus stop.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
So
You can
that's
even Uber carpool.
that's something I might do. But like if I could just avoid Lockport, that would be great. Um, but it just goes to show you that they don't really care about justice over there. They don't really care about justice over there. You know, if they really cared that much,
You have a Dragon Lord Frado role playing game? Where? I This is the first time I heard about this. All right, well, I mean, tell me where and I'll take a look at it. You thought you had a long commute, but it was only 45 minutes to an hour. You know what? These days, research has shown that people are more and more willing to do what's called super commutes. Because a typical commute back in the day was up to half an hour, right? And then after a while, half an hour was like, okay, um, if we can do half an hour, we can do maybe up to an hour, maybe 45 minutes an hour. But nowadays, it's super commutes where you're traveling for maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours or even more. Like people are willing to do this because they're very comfortable where they live. Maybe the rent's cheaper. Maybe their neighbors are nicer. Maybe the house is a little bit bigger. Maybe they just like their area. They just don't want to move. They don't want to do the BS of moving someplace else or closer to the work. You streamed it a year ago. It might be in my media fire. Gotcha. Thank you for that, GL. I'll check it out. But yeah, these days a lot of people are super commuting an hour and a half to 2 hours or more into work. It's now a standard thing that a lot of people do.
they won't make me violate my own restraining order in order to comply with a different judge order. Because this means I have to risk going to Lockport. I have to risk getting seen. I got a bad knee. I got a bad knee and everything. Like I can't be sitting there fucking doing a 3-mile walk uphill, downhill, just so that they can get a DNA sample, and for what?
You're full of
Because
complaints.
I feel like something else has happened that they need a DNA sample from me. I can't figure out what happened. I don't know. Maybe somebody raped those girls. I don't know.
Ew.
And they don't even know who did it.
Why would his mind
And I'm
automatically
like
go there?
suspect number one because of the past.
Okay, if somebody did that DLF, then a detective would be calling you and or coming to your house. They wouldn't just get a DNA sample and be done with it, because that don't make no sense.
And, you know, I don't know. But it just goes to show you that they don't care about these girls' safety or anything like that. Because if they really did, they wouldn't make me be going out there, 2 years, after my conviction, and making me go and do a fucking DNA sample where I have to like literally go past their house. I just think that's kind of weird. It's like you want me to stay away from these girls, yet you want me to also, continue going to basically going to their house.
Sometimes the logic.
Because like I said, that bus like basically takes you past their home. Okay? If those girls were to get on the bus at that bus stop, and see me on the bus, yeah, they can have me fucking arrested again.
Well, technically, they're coming into your space, DLF, because you were already on the bus. It's different if they're on the bus and you know they're on the bus, but yet you still get on the bus. That's completely different. If you're on the bus, they don't know that you're on the bus. They get on the bus, they see you on the bus. It's actually can be explained. What you need to do is maintain that 100 yards immediately by either them getting off the bus or you getting off the bus immediately. But of course, there's always going to be times where people just coincidentally bump or meet each other, and it's totally random. And of course, there's concedence for that. It's just life. But it's interesting how DLF explains away things. Remember how we said um, what the detectives are putting black people, or the laws putting black people in harm's way because the two detectives have to come all the way to, what was it, at one point in time, Lovejoy, to speak to him about his crimes. And that's not right for people of color, for these detectives to be coming through the neighborhood, because then all these people of color will be beaten up, and they shouldn't be coming to see him or talk to him because we need to protect people. I'm like, what the hell goes through this man's mind when he thinks of all this stuff? It just doesn't make any
So
sense.
they don't really care about justice. They just care about, whatever the hell it is they care about. And it's not justice, because if it was, they would just leave me the fuck alone. I haven't gotten in trouble. You know,
They want to know where your man juice is being, DLF. Don't throw your man juice around Buffalo, New York.
I haven't gotten in trouble. Jesus Christ.
He really does like flashing his tater tot on camera, doesn't he? He's been flash. Hey, he got me a strike for flashing his tater tot like 2 months ago. And he was so proud of it too. After he pinky swore, he promised Scout's honor that he wouldn't pull his little pinky out, and he did it.
I can feel it going into my lungs, but I don't see anything coming out.
Yes, DLF's good old pimp chalice that he had. I wonder where that is.
What I'm trying to do here, and I'm not exactly sure how to do it. Maybe somebody in the comments could give me some advice, but basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to clean out my pipe here, but I can soak it in alcohol and get everything out, but that's not really what I wanted to do. What I wanted to do is I want to get all the gunk out of it, because then I can roll the gunk up into a ball.
Yeah, and smoke
and
it.
And then smoke that. You know? But I've done this once, and the way I was able to get it out was basically I broke the pipe on accident. So I was able to get what I needed out of it, you know? So like it broke, and then
maybe be free.
And then I was able to,
Here's what you don't do when you have a smartphone and the internet. You Google what you need to get done before you do something silly like what he's doing, which can end in a huge problem. He needs a straw brush, so there you go. He could get a straw brush, get out his stuff. There, Edna, did you Google that or did you already know? Alcohol and salt. I was thinking about something like that, like a solution to kind of like, I don't know, melt it out in some sort of way, and then it'll reharden or something like that. Or yeah, use a brush and patiently get that stuff out, however long it takes, rather than doing what he's doing, because I'm sure he's probably like breaking something.
Scrape out the rest of this shit. And I'm trying to figure out how to do that without actually breaking this thing. Because the one time I actually did this, and I had this ball of whatever you call it, the pipe gunk. You know, like when you smoke weed and shit, and your pipe starts to accumulate, you know, that fucking gunk in it. Well, if you can get that out and then roll it all into a ball, and then you can slice off pieces of it. You can smoke that gunk, and you don't get that high, but you get it definitely works, you know. But
good stuff, Edna. So you knew about the residue. Nice. You're gonna teach him something new.
This is what you gotta do when you're poor, I guess. When you're a poor drug addict, this is what you gotta do.
Time to get some candy, DLF, for your weed. Does anybody even know whatever happened to his crew of like PDFs? Not the ones in J Block, but the ones that would be online modding for him, just blocking anybody and everybody. All right, cool, GL.
So it's kind of funny how the courts want me to get this thing done, but they don't really care about the girls, because if they really cared that much, they would just be like, you know what, he's been behaving, He's been behaving. He's been not bothering them. Like, why the hell are we ordering a fucking DNA test 2 years after the fact? It just, I don't fucking get it. So that's what's going to happen. Now, as for me actually getting this thing done, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I guess I'm just going to have to play it by ear, but it does have, it says it has to get done by August 30th. So by the end of this month, I have to get this done, or else I'll get another criminal contempt charge, I guess. So, I don't know how we're actually going to do this. What the fuck? I guess I'm just going to have to, just fucking do it. But like I said, I am gonna try to see if I can get it done somewhere else.
Can you?
Hopefully somewhere in Buffalo.
Can you get it done somewhere else if it's too inconvenient for you? I'm not really sure. I guess it would make kind of sense. You could request it to get done at a different jail if you have like reasonable, if you have a reasonable circumstance to factor in.
If not, then I apologize to those girls if they see me, because I gotta do it.
You don't think DLF's gonna make it there before August 30th?
I gotta do a fucking DNA test.
Or by August 30th?
Okay. So, because it's gonna be, I'm gonna have to walk that 3 fucking miles. How far is that walk? I'm gonna actually look that up.
You could always tricycle it.
Because I did it once.
Yeah.
When I got arraigned in 2020, I did that walk once. And it was pretty bad. So I'm gonna look this up just to see.
Well, to be fair, the jail is out in the middle of nowhere, technically.
Where exactly? Sorta. How far it is.
All right, let's figure out some bus stops here.
It's 1 hour.
All right, let me look for directions.
Yeah, it says it's 1 hour, an hour and 1 minute walk.
You can do it.
And it's 2.8 miles.
Lose some weight. DLF, you need to lose some weight. Time to go hiking. Do people even like hitchhike these days?
So, I don't know.
Probably.
I don't know. Maybe.
If you sent me a link, it probably got rejected. You'd have to like email it to me. I'll give you my email address, and you can send the link that way. This is from the internet at gmail.com. So there you go. You feel like they're requesting his DNA for a reason. It seems pretty difficult to get justice in these cases. Yeah, it could be for a reason, or maybe he just got missed. There's so much times that I've heard so many stories about like inmates getting like they go to the courthouse for like their ongoing matters in the court system, and then for some reason there's a hiccup and somebody gets released when they're not supposed to get released. Stuff like that. It could be that. It could just maybe he got missed, and they didn't get a DNA sample from him, or maybe there is another reason why they're requesting it. Who truly knows? Once he goes there, I will check to see if they logged him into the system. Because remember when I checked the last time back in 2022, because he wasn't home by evening time, and people are like, he probably is like booked into the jail. I'm like, there's no way. And I actually checked, and he was booked into the jail.
Maybe I'll do. Maybe I'll make this. Maybe I'll make this a fucking. Maybe I'll make this a fucking. Maybe I'll just make this like an all day thing. Maybe that's what I'll do. If I really have to go out to fucking
Make it a
Lockport,
video.
then fuck it. I'm gonna do it, and we're gonna make that. We're gonna try to make this an all day thing. Okay, we're gonna fucking do a fucking mukbang. We're going all the way with this. We're gonna get some weed. We're gonna do a mukbang after. We're gonna get high in Lockport, take a little walk.
Off whose money?
Hopefully, I don't kill myself. All right, you don't have to call crisis services on me. Hopefully, I don't hurt myself. And yeah, we'll make this an all day thing. So let me figure out. Tomorrow I'm gonna try getting a hold. We're gonna see if the lawyer, the public defender, gets back to me. I don't know if he will or not. I don't know if he could, to be honest, but he might be able to. But we're just gonna have to make this a day trip then, I guess. That's the other thing I want to get to real quick. I'm tired of people like Monty and his wine mom crew.
Wine mom crew. Okay. All right, no problem, GL. I'll take a look.
Saying that I'm tired of Monty and his wine mom crew. I can't get anything out of this fucking pipe anymore.
I got it, GL.
I'm tired of Monty and his wine mom crew sitting there saying shit like, "Oh, he was in jail for stalking." Keep saying stalking. I was never in jail for stalking. Okay? All the times I've been in jail, I have never got charged with a crime that said stalking.
Okay, our bad, Dragon Lord Frado. You're in jail for aggravated harassment. Is that better? Yeah, Karen.
Nor have I ever pled down.
Listen, Karen.
To a crime.
Listen, Karen, Lord Frado.
And took a stalking plea. Okay? Everything that I've gotten charged for was some kind of harassment. Either it was aggravated harassment or just a regular ass harassment. I have never gotten charged with stalking or anything like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the Clint Carr thing, if I remember correctly, that was just a regular harassment. Okay. That was just a regular harassment. That's why I say that my charges got dropped to parking tickets, because what people don't realize is that harassment in itself is not actually a crime. It's considered a violation. Okay? And a violation includes your parking tickets, your speeding tickets,
There we go again.
that kind of shit, disorderly conduct, that kind of shit. Jaywalking, making if you ever gotten a parking ticket or a speeding ticket, you just got charged with a violation. It is usually taken care of with a fine.
Mm-hmm.
However, it can also be taken care of by going to jail as well. It's 15 days in jail for a violation. And usually they don't do that, but they could. And usually what people do is, like, if they can't pay the fine or anything, they'll just say, fuck it, take me to jail for 15 days.
I will also mention that originally the prosecutor wanted him on felonies. I did take a look at that. I looked at it. When was that? Like 2.5, 3 months ago, we looked at that, and I did take note that the prosecutor, once the police submitted the charges or submitted evidence, the prosecutor looked it up and wanted to give him felonies. But it seems that it all worked out in his favor, and he got misdemeanors, because getting those F's on your record is a big deal, because they're rather serious, right? So if you want me to bring that back up, I can. Or if you want to just take my word for it, it's really up to you. But originally, yeah, the prosecutor was charging this man with, or wanted to charge this man with felonies because of what he was doing. Talking about ejaculating on their cars, sending them letters and mail, sending them cock pictures of somebody else's cock, sending them imagery of their faces being cummed on, like stuff like that, right? You don't want to wake up in the morning, you're having your coffee, whether or not you get it double, triple, all black or lots of cream. You open up your Facebook, then all of a sudden you see your face being splooged on by a third party's penis. That is going to ruin your day.
And I'll sit in jail, and it's the same as just paying the fucking fine. So that's what happens. Okay. So when I got arrested with Katy Perry Rajewski, I was originally charged with two counts of. No, I was originally charged with an aggravated harassment, because if you harass somebody over the computer, that automatically bumps it up to an aggravated. Okay.
Yeah. And Katy Perry was the one that he kept on saying was having intercourse with animals.
And it's a worse crime.
We did see pictures of her though in his Jimmy Boots discovery. and I wondered, who the hell's this? I kind of had an idea it was Katy Perry, but typically what I want to do is confirm and not just assume things. And yeah, he confirmed it. It was Katy Perry near Rajewski.
Usually they'll do a plea deal, and they dropped it down to a violation, which I said again is 15 days in jail. Well, I already did 27 and back in 2017 over the Katy Perry knee Rajewski thing. I already did, 27 days in Erie County Jail for the violation for just sitting around and shit. They gave me time served for that, and basically I said, hey, you owe me like 13 days in jail or something like that. They won't honor it. I was actually in jail longer than I was supposed to for that Katy Perry knee Rajewski thing. So yeah. So yeah, you could go to jail over a parking ticket. It's just that it's basically you got a choice. You can either pay the fine or do 15 days in jail.
I think most of us would pay the fine for a parking ticket rather than do jail.
And since I was already being held in jail to get a psych evaluation done, and I was held for 27 days, when I got the plea deal, I was able to get out that day because when I took the plea deal, it just gave me time served because a sentence like that, the max they can give you is 15 days in jail. But since I was there for 27, it's just like time served.
Crazy how that works.
So I don't know.
You could be sitting in jail longer than what your maximum sentence would be for what they are claiming you did, because they got to do a psych eval on you. Yeah, he wants a rain check for future crimes. Be like, all right. I'm gonna do this, and this. How much time are you gonna give me? 12 days. All right, shit. I got 12-day credit from the local lockup from like a couple of years ago. You can have that shit. Yeah, he wants a rain check for future crimes. That's exactly what he wants.
I call them tomorrow, see if I can get this thing done somewhere else. I don't know if they're gonna do that. If not, it's no big deal. But I mean, if anybody wants to donate to the PayPal, so I could get some fucking, so I can make going to Lockport a fucking event. Hook me up. Maybe I'll take my camera. Maybe I'll just do a long fucking walk down that fucking street with the camera.
Exactly. Make a video.
I don't know yet. Maybe I'll just do an Uber. Fuck. I'd say fuck it. But it's kind of, like I said before, it's kind of stupid that they keep.
Hey, Deb.
They keep wanting me to drag me out to Lockport. For this, for that. And every time I go out there, I'm violating the restraining order. Every single time I go out there, I'm violating the restraining order. And I don't think that's right. I just don't think it's right that every time I go out there to take care of a charge, then I'm potentially setting myself up for more and more charges. If the court really wanted justice, what they could have done is they could have just said, It could have just said, "Fuck it, leave him alone." If he violates the restraining order, then he violates the restraining order, and that's it. But he's not doing anything to bother anybody for the last 2 years, and
Okay, DLF. Sure.
why they need a DNA sample now is beyond me. They made it sound like this was ordered back in 2022, but I went back because
Probably
I got
was.
like all my old paperwork still. I went back. I went back to the old paperwork. I could not find anything that said DNA sample. But they're acting like this was ordered back then, and I
Probably
just
was
didn't
ordered.
comply with getting that done.
All right. So, Monty, in general, do you think DLF is calmer, more responsible now and keeping out of trouble after he left jail the last time? No, I don't think so. I think he's still on his bullshit. He's going to continue to do his bullshit until he's back in jail again. DLF is like one of those Buffalo jailhouse OGs, just in and out of jail.
And my public defender never said anything about it. The judge never said anything about it. It's not on any of my paperwork. So I don't know what the hell they're talking about with that.
Probably was missed.
So anyway,
Happens all the time.
that's what's going to happen. We're going to try to make Lockport a days thing, hopefully. Hopefully, the best case scenario is that I can get this fucking thing done somewhere else. You know, and yeah, we'll take it from there. I'll let you people know what happens tomorrow, as far as what the courts say about me doing this somewhere else. And that's it. This is Dragon Lord Frado, and I approve this message. Thanks in advance for watching this.
And there you go, people. All right. What can I say? It probably was missed. Like I said, it happens all the time. If the judge forgot to put that as one of his things he needs to do, and the clerk also forgot about it, because it's sometimes the things that the judges have to say is monotonous and repetitive, and sometimes people, as humans, judges or not, make mistakes. But it's still also part of the law. Maybe, I don't know, when was this even introduced? Like I said, in my neck of the woods, Ontario, it's standard for people to have to submit their DNA. When was this posted? A couple hours ago. Excuse me. This was posted 6 hours ago. So that means that tomorrow he's gonna find out. He's probably gonna call the courts, and he's probably gonna try and get it done someplace else. I'm not really sure how it works in New York State or even in his area, if they'll allow him to do that. Typically, when you get assigned to a jail for something, they just want you there. They don't want to do paperwork on their end that you're over here or you're down here or you're up there or you're, next to here. They just want you to go where you need to go, get your shit done. It's not the end of the world. It's not like he has a Monday to Friday 9 to 5 or 8 to 4 job. The guy has freaking 18 days starting tomorrow to get this shit done. Just get it done. Take your 2+ hours to get out to Lockport, get your DNA in the database, and go home. How many crimes do y'all think they have backlogged with his DNA smeared all over them? I don't know, nor do I even want to know. But we're going to figure it out, Be Free. Anyways, people, shout outs to you. Thanks for hanging out with me. I am out of here. I shall see what happens with this whole DLF thing. It might come to be something more serious, or maybe not. Who knows with DLF? The last time I said that he needs to be careful, he did end up in jail for, what was it, like, how long was he in jail that time? Like 42 days, right? Like, and then his mom picked him up once he got out and he was super skinny. Still have those pictures, by the way. Wine Mom Gang. Wine Mom Gang Gang. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, everybody. Take care of yourselves, people. I'm out of here. Bye bye.